The last time I did a presentation like such, my wife left me, my dog ran away, and I had a horrible leak in the kitchen that I just can't get rid of. But at least I'm somewhat good at algebra, so that's something. I'm also loaded. I live in a nice home in the mountains of Colorado. Isn't that something?
Dude, get to the point. We do not care. I'm trying to learn how to solve quadratic equations and here you are yapping your mouth off. Please stop.
Okay. Well, here's something I'm finally good at, just tad bit. Here we go again. Hi, my name is LZ and I run a failed business selling colorful beanies. I did a presentation for my last group of kids. It's called Shy Club. That's me. Right there. Hello. So to get to the point, this right here is a quadratic equation.
Finally.
I'm starting not to like you. Better setting change. Let's pull out the Z board. This is Z board. I call him ZB. He talked. Say hi, ZB. You choose now to make me look bad.
Well, in my defense, you already look bad.
K.
Let's get into the lesson. Entering movie mode. Here is our quadratic equation. To solve this, we need to go through our various steps. First thing I do is make sure the equation is equal to 0. In this particular question, we have a sum of 4, so we need to move it to the left side so that our equation is equal to 0. Let's fix this. Excellent. Look at our equation now, fellas. The number 34 changed to 30 because when you have a positive number on the right side of an equal sign and you move it to the left side, it becomes a negative number. You can also look at this as subtracting from both sides.
Fellas, LOL. Well, continue.
Sorry for the minor interruption. Now, what's next after we make our equation equal 0, you ask? Well, I personally like to use a method called factoring. There are other methods, but I'm going to show you my favorite one. I'm going to disappear for a bit. To get that final answer solving a quadratic equation, it's easy to start out with 2 sets of parentheses. In the beginning of each equation, we see x squared, so this means that there must be 2 x's. Let's place one on the left side of each parenthesis. Now we have 11x plus 30 equals 0 to factor. It's easier to start with the last number, which in our case is 30, or it would also identify as c in the equation ai squared plus bx plus c. So what about 30? Most people will factor 30 first, because then it's easier to find out how to factor bx. Let's lay out the factors of 30. But the next step would be to find out which 2 of the factors of 30 add up to equal 11. It would be 6 times 5, or 6 and 5 as equal 11 when you apply addition. So now you input the numbers into the parentheses, 1 in each. The second to final step would be simply to add your sign to the equation. In our case, we only have plus signs, so we input them into both sets of parentheses in any order. So the last step is to take out our roots, which should be the inverse of the numbers in the parentheses. We have positive 5 and positive 6. All we have to do is basically flip them. And voila, this is our final insert, and I'm back. Well, my work is done. I'm going for a snacky. Bye.
I guess I can try teaching again. Okay, so ZB already taught you how to solve quadratic equations using factoring. So now I'm going to teach you how to solve a slightly different problem, as well as how to solve using the quadratic formula. Also, I'm very sorry for his behavior. I should probably toss him in the trash. He's the reason my dear Nadine left me, showed a fridge of everything. Sigh. Well, to get back on topic, I'll teach you what I know. We're going to do 3 more examples of factoring, then perhaps you'll have the privilege of me teaching you how to use the quadratic formula, okay? I doubt any of you will get this right, but I'll test your knowledge, I guess. So I'm gonna let you solve this one yourself. Your new equation is...
And tuning in live to Kansas City, first person with the answer, call 123-213-1007 to win.
I should probably go answer that.
And we're live with the caller tuning in from Kansas City. Please state your name.
Hey, my name's Patrick. I got the answer for you.
Oh, I bet you do, pal. Enlighten me.
Well, we start off with two parentheses, both having x in each one. Negative 45 was also identified as c factored into 9 times 5, which fit perfectly because 9 times 5 is 45 and 9 plus 5 is 14, which is equivalent to our b in this equation. And then after that, you write 9 and 5 in each of the parentheses, and then, well, this part's a bit tricky for me.
No way he gets his right. Not a chance.
Oh, so basically the signs turn into two minus signs. Everyone knows if you put two minus signs together, it makes a positive sign. So it will be x minus 9 and x minus 5, and the roots are positive 9 and 5. To check our answer, we can start with x times x, which is x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. Now moving on to the next number, negative 9. Negative 9 times x is negative 9x. And second to lastly, negative 9 times negative 5 is 45. Then lastly, subtract our like terms, negative 5x and negative 9x, which gives us a difference of negative 14x. Did I get it right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Let's go.
I just cannot believe he really thinks he's smarter than me. That imbecile. But anyway, I've chosen to move to the next caller with the more lethal question. Try this.
Calling in from France? Please state your name.
I go by Sharon, and by the way, this problem isn't lethal at all. You simply make the equation equal to 0 by moving 15 to the left side of the equal sign, making it a negative, or subtracting 15 from both sides. You have x squared, so obviously input your two x's. Our bx value is 2x, and our c value is negative 15. So what to do with this info? Let's find factors of 15 that give a sum or difference of 2. This is a tough one. We're sorry, lethal. Somehow the two factor just clicked. 3 and 5 fit perfectly, input these bad boys right in there. Oh whoa, now you gotta be careful here. We have to get positive 2 at negative 15. To me, this is simple. Make 5 positive and 3 negative because 5 is greater than 3 and can cancel out the negative. And finally, as clear as day, we see that we factored this and that the roots of this quadratic equation are positive 3 and negative 5.
Let's move on learning how to use the quadratic formula.
Right.
You've no idea how much I love you, LZ. What? Oh, well, he hung up on me.
Wow, that bed looks very convincing. Especially being how tired I am. I'm sure you guys won't mind if I take a nap right?
Yes, we do indeed.
Yes, like, come on.
Hurry up.
Great. Never liked you guys and never will. Joke's on you guys, because this is my house and my presentation. ZB, it's your time to shine. Get in here now.
What do you want, lady? You trying to eat my snacks?
Your return to teach, fatty. Bye.
He called me fat. I don't want to show my fat face, so you guys get black screened. This is a quadratic formula. We're going to use the equation that helped you guys out the first time I appeared, where I wasn't so fat. So you guys remember our equation there, so to input that into the formula, you identify A, B, and C. A would be 1. This is because we don't include x squared, and we all know that in front of an x, always a 1. B would be 11, from 11x. C would be 30. This information we know already, because I already told you. Yeah, let's input these into our quadratic formula. So we can add our B in first, because that's what it begins with. Now A, and finally C. Basically, after this, you need to simplify. It's easy to start with B, 11, would turn into negative 11, and 11 squared would equal to 121. Next part of the equation that comes up is subtracting 4 multiplied by 1 and 30 from 121. 4 times 1 is 4, and that times 30 is 120. And then we saw what's in our denominator, 2 times 1, which equals 2. Anyway, we have to solve what's on top first. So, well, 121 minus 120 is 1. You then have to be able to find the square root to then add or subtract. If you don't know this, the square root of 1 is 1 because 1 times 1 is equal to 1. Now we need to solve to get our final answers. Before we do that though, let's split it so it makes more sense. This symbol here means that you are adding or subtracting to get two possible answers, a sum and a difference. This is how we'll get both of our possible values. Solving the first one, Negative 11 plus 1 and equal to negative 10. Now we have our fraction, which can easily be simplified. Negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. See how it's the same as our first value we got when I showed you how to use factoring to solve the problem? Let's make sure by solving the other one and getting our second value. Negative 11 minus 1 is not negative 10, but negative 12. And negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. This is our final answers. Exactly the same answers, but guys, don't you see how good I look here? Ali doesn't know what he's talking about. Bro doesn't even have an ounce of meat on his body. He is see-through. I'm gonna get him back big time. Again.
That was a great nap. Hey, ZB.
Hey.
So now you know how to solve a quadratic equation using factoring and the quadratic formula. Until next time, see ya.